When it is all said and done, what would be said about you? What would be said about your marriage? What would be said about you as a husband or as a wife? Welcome back to my Darling Bride podcast with the Yemlos. On this podcast, we dig, discover, and deploy biblical gems for the building or rebuilding of kingdom homes and relationships.
Yes, we are on a mission to equip couples on how to build on a rock-solid foundation, cultivate a culture of honor and respect,
yes.
invest intentionally and consistently in your marriage and your relationship, defend your union, and lastly, empower one another towards purpose fulfillment.
This is where love meets legacy, and like we like to say, this is where real love meets real talk. We got a good one for you on today. Let's get it. When it is all said and done, what will be said of you as not just as a person, but as a husband and as a wife, and then together as a unit, as a couple, what will be said of you? Today, we continue on our series, Marriage is Series. We started this series just to talk about at the core of everything, what does marriage mean to us, right? What does marriage mean to us? Amongst many other things, we have chosen to choose these 4 things that marriage means to us. Number one, we said marriage is a covenant, it's not a contract. And that is a language of forever, right? That is a language of this is it, right? There is no looking out the window. There's no looking back. This is forever, and that's how marriage
holds it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the hold.
And that's and we take that seriously, and so that's what marriage means to us. We also said marriage is what?
Oneness.
We said marriage is oneness. In other words, we don't believe in separatism. In marriage, we believe in the concept of oneness.
Unity.
In unity. And again, like my wife was saying, it doesn't mean that you are not your own person. It doesn't mean that you don't have your own personalities, your own way of life or whatever. Like, you're still your own individual. It's just that there is unity towards a collective goal, towards a collective vision for our family. We don't have 2 visions for the family. We have one vision and one mission. And of course, individually, we work together to bring that vision and mission to life. And then we talked about marriage is ministry.
Yes.
Right? Marriage is ministry.
The strength of it.
Exactly, right? Marriage is ministry. We said marriage is ministry in that it is selflessness, in that it is sacrifice, in that it is service, right? And so we talked about that. I want to encourage you. If you have not been following this series, I believe it is one of our most powerful series so far. And I want to encourage you to go back and watch those videos, those each episodes that we talked about as far as marriage is concerned to us. And then I want you to, after you're watching all those videos, tell us in your own words, what are the 4 main things that you would say marriage is to you at the core? We're talking about what it means to us. What does it mean to you at the core? If you could describe what marriage is at the core for you, 4 words in which you could use to describe it, we would like to know in the comment section. Today, we're talking about marriage is
legacy.
Come on, talk
legacy,
to me.
Legacy.
Marriage is legacy. Black excellence. Baby, let them see. Hey.
All right. So now we wrap it now. I think, and this is what we're using to kind of close out the series, which is beautiful and perfect because it kind of seals it, right? It's talking about what happens after you're gone. So that means the marriage even outlives you.
Thank you.
When we talk about legacy, and I was actually wanting to check that scripture that says you leave an inheritance for your children, right? It's beautiful because a lot of people don't think about it in this concept, right? We think, marriage is love, it's compassion, and it's all these things. And yes, it is, but I think most importantly is what would you be known for after you're gone? And one of the most important factors in that is marriage, meaning what does your unity, your oneness, your covenant, your ministry, what did it leave behind while you were gone? when I think legacy, I'm thinking about the things we leave our children, because marriage comes with children, right? Supposedly, right? We reprocreate. That's one of the reasons why people get married. And the values you leave behind, the lessons and the beliefs and culture that you instill in your children, that's what I think when I think legacy, right? Because that's what they take and teach to their children, and their children takes it and teach to their children. I mean, we are living so many passed down things from our parents, directly and indirectly, and it's things that have been here long before we've been here. And we've talked about culture a lot in marriage. We've talked about, you mentioned drinking from the same well, and we talked about the culture, the upbringings, the things that make you guys, what's the word? That make you guys like gem, right? Because you have those things in common. Those are things that were passed down to us. We didn't just wake up and create it. It's generational after generational. And for us, it means, what are we leaving behind for our children, our children's children, thousands of generations to come? What is it they're going to hold on to that starts from us? That's what I think when I think legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say for me, when I think about legacy, I'm thinking, apologize for my voice. It's a little cracked because we had a prayer program
this past weekend.
So I'm still recovering from that. But when I think about legacy, I'm thinking, this idea of, and again, I can't close the series without doing my pointers, obviously. So I've got, when it comes to legacy, for me, my thought process is more about the life you lead, the values you leave, and the lasting nature of the foundation that you built. So it's leading, leaving, and lasting, in that you lead a life that others can see and emulate, that not just your kids,
even beyond your
kids,
Gotcha.
right? Not just your kids, because even outside of your kids, it's so beautiful. Let me use your dad as an example. When your dad passed away, you could tell the kind of life he had led. What happened?
I just dusted something. Keep going.
The life he led. Not only by the kids, the children, the immediate family gathering to send him off and everything like that, but also by everybody else
that came,
people who we didn't even know had been impacted by his life.
Some even more than us, the children.
Exactly. So it was one of those things where it's like, and that's legacy to me, right? That's legacy. It talks about the life you lead, the impact you make in the lives of people, both those around you and those that are not around you.
Yeah.
It's crazy, even me right now, and I'm always amazed by that, when I get calls from guys from Nigeria, from all over the nation, New York, New Jersey, California, Maryland, and folks that are calling and texting and asking to talk to me about A, B, C, and D, based on the little impacts that I've had in their lives, indirectly. And I'm like, I ain't even done nothing yet, right? But it is a testament to the life that you lead. That people other than your immediate circle would come and say, we want to thank you for the impact that you're making in our lives. So much so that you begin to look at yourself and ask yourself, what impact? But there's that thing where you're doing something and you're being yourself, but it is making somebody else's life better. It is impacting somebody else in a positive way.
Yes.
And so when I think about legacy, I'm thinking about the question of what kind of life are you leading? You know what I'm saying? And that deals with your current now.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? It deals with your current now.
Yeah.
It deals with the life that you are living now. What kind of life are you leading, and how is it impacting those around you, whether directly or indirectly? And then when we talk about legacy, I'm thinking the values that you leave. Now, this talks about the afterlife, the hereafter, right? Because there's one thing, it's one thing to lead a life, it's another thing to leave values.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? To leave values that others can take and run with and adapt those values into their lives, into their homes, their families, their marriages, their businesses, and things like that. And so when we talk about legacy, is that idea of, number one, what kind of life am I leading currently, presently? And then what kind of values am I leaving behind for my kids? The Bible verse that you were going to bring up said, a good father leaves a great inheritance for his grandchildren, not even his children only, for his grandchildren. And that talks about generational, and it talks about the lasting nature of that value. Right? We're not just
it's
leaving
beyond
something.
The next generation, it's generations to come. Exactly.
It's beyond the immediate. It transcends even to those that are not here.
It's long lasting. I think it's beautiful too when you think about legacy, because, and even when you tie it to marriage, right? A lot of times marriage shapes you. It develops you into becoming a better, it should develop you into becoming a better human being. And you see that these things that you just mentioned, leading a life that makes impact, leaving values, good values behind, and having those values be long lasting, meaning it's beyond a generation. Those things you're talking about, it starts from a decision you made to better yourself, to better your home, to better your marriage. And a lot of times it's not just something that just comes out of the fly. And that's the reason why we have discussions like this. And that's the reason why we've talked about all the different things marriage is because all those things contribute to the legacy that you leave behind with your children, with those around you that are not even directly related to you, those related to you, and those are not even related to you. Like you said, a lot of people that are being influenced or being impacted indirectly by the kind of life that you live. They say the kind of husband you are. They say the kind of father you are. They say the kind of man you are. You're not even doing those things to impress anybody or to show anybody anything. You're living that life because that is what God has called you to do. That is what sustains your life and your home and your marriage. But the ripple effect of that is the impact it leaves, the legacy it leaves. So it's important that your marriage is covenant because, number one, it would hold it together. Now, that covenant holding it together, it then leads to you having oneness in your home. There's unity, there's togetherness. Now, you then understand that marriage is also ministry because that's what strengthens your marriage. And all those things coming together leaves a long-lasting legacy for your generations, your what do they call that?
Lineage.
Thank you. Your lineage, and even those, it then affects or impacts those around you that can also now lead to them leaving legacies that's long lasting for their lineage. So I think that's the beautiful thing about it is that it all comes down to this. And we said it even in the intro. You said this is where love meets legacy. Because that is really
what it's all about.
What it's all about. What is your children growing up with? What are they taking? What is forming them? What are they going to continue their life with? What are they going to pass to their children? And also, what are you living out for the world out there as well? Because your marriage is also a ministry, not just to your home, but also others. To others.
And when we talk about that legacy idea of legacy, I wanna one of the reasons why marriage is legacy to us, and this is personal for me, in that it is an opportunity to rewrite the story. It is an opportunity to leave a much better narrative for your lineage.
Yeah.
I don't know what lineage you came from or what the story has been for the women in your family, the men in your family, your father, your grandfather, your great grandfather, and what has kind of been the normalcy
Yeah.
in that lineage.
Yeah.
When it comes to you and marriage and this new generation that is now upon you, to kind of steward, it becomes incumbent upon you to make it a decision, a personal decision,
Yeah.
to say that the buck stops here
Yeah.
and we're going to write a new story, a much better story, starting from now,
Yeah.
so that your children, their children, and children's children would only know the good,
The good. Yeah.
not the bad. They wouldn't even have a knowledge
Yes,
of the
what
fact
the-
that of what the past generation did or didn't do or whatever. It's this becomes the new template.
Yeah.
And so when you think about legacy or marriage being legacy, it's that idea of, okay, it is now on me to write a new story. It is now on me to show what can be, what is possible,
Yeah.
and allow the Oludanse family, for example, to
Yeah.
be known for something better
Yeah.
than before.
Yeah.
To be known for impact and blessings and the work of God and everything else that we stand for and
Yeah.
we represent. A lot of times, yes, surely we got a lot of things, poured down.
Some values.
Right? Some values.
Some of them we get rid of.
Exactly. And it is
pick
only
some of the good ones.
Exactly. And it is only in the context of marriage that I believe you're able to do that. A lot of times, even in your ability to try to be a different person, you're still find yourself sometimes doing the same thing that previous generations did without even knowing it. But when you get into the institution of marriage and you're doing life with somebody else, their value challenges your value.
Yes.
And forces you to create a new value. You see, it challenges your value and then opens your eyes to new perspectives and different perspectives that in turn forces you to say, okay, you know what? We may not be able to do it this way. We may not be able to do it that way, but we can come together and do it in a better or different way.
Yes.
And that way becomes the new way that the next generation is going to continue.
Yeah.
And so when I talk about marriage being legacy, what I mean is that it's a rewriting of the story, in a more positive and better light.
And I like that you said that, because we always say one thing too, even when it comes to our kids and our lineage, is where we stopped is where our kids start from. They're not going to start from where we started from, right? We take it as far up as we can, and they start from there.
Yes.
And that then goes back to the point of, it's almost a rewrite of the story, where it's like you get another chance to kind of like do it better. You want the generation after you to always do it better. It's arrogance or pride for you to want the generation after you to do it the same way you did it. You understand what I'm saying? You always want them to do it. There's always a better way.
Yes.
So you always want them to do it better. And that is legacy. Legacy is not, it doesn't stop in one spot where it's like, I took it to this spot and that's where it is. No, legacy is, it keeps getting better. It keeps going higher and keep going higher. And where they pick it from is even higher. And when their children is going to pick it from is even higher. That is legacy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I love that you said that too, because that also allows you to give room for improvement in the legacy, and then instill that value into the kids.
Yeah.
To say, we've done our best.
Done our best
to get it to here.
Yeah.
Now you take
pick
it
it
from
up
here
and
make it even better.
Yeah.
Right. And then let the next one do it
Take
again
it
and
and
again
make
and
it even
again.
better. Yeah.
And what you find is that is the case with a lot of these wealthy families in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
They don't really start from scratch. They're starting from where the previous man, the previous father, the previous
And they
mother
take it up.
left it off, and they pick it up and they run from there. You should, because then what you're doing is you're wasting the efforts of the previous generation.
Exactly.
It's all to the betterment of the next. And the next and the next and the next. And I think, we got to start looking at that and just seeing marriage as that, and understanding what that means in practicality to the health of our marriage. Ask that question. What life am I leading? Yeah. What values am I leaving behind?
Yes.
And are these legacies, these values, this life, is it of good quality?
Yeah.
Where it is long lasting, even when it's put through the test. Is it a vessel of clay or a vessel of gold?
Yeah.
That even when it is put through the test, it still stands the test of time.
Yeah.
And maybe I should use this as an opportunity to tell somebody out there, just because your father did one thing doesn't mean you have to do it. And of course, it's easier said than done, but that's where the help of the Holy Ghost comes in. Where we pray and we submit and surrender to Him to help us in our areas of weaknesses. It's always amazing to me when I see men doing something that they know is wrong, and they justify it by saying my father did the same, or my great grandfather did the same. Just because they did it does not mean it's right, or it's what you should do. You have been given a chance and an opportunity to change the narrative. The question is, what story are you writing? Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if you have sons and you have daughters, they're not going to look at your dad. They're not going to look at their grandfathers and their grandmothers. They're going to point fingers to you, their dad and their mom. They're not going to know,
well, you got it from here.
They're not thinking about that. They're thinking about, I came to this word. I didn't know better.
And this is what I saw.
And I saw what you did. And that's what I followed. Sure, that's the same thing that happened to you. But do you have enough sense
to break
that? Are you willing? Are you submissive enough to the transformative power of the Holy Ghost to transform you, shift your mind, and help you see a different perspective? Right? Because what happens is, if you don't get it right, the next generation may not get it right. And the cycle continues until somebody says it stops here.
So what legacy are you leaving?
So what legacy? And so that's when we say marriage means legacy to us. What we're essentially saying is, we have made it a point of mission, a decision to say, what the previous generation didn't do right, we're going to try our best to do better than they did. We're not going to say copy and paste. The bad and the good, just copy everything. No, we're going to filter them out. The ones that are good, we're going to take. The ones that are bad, we're going to fix. And we're going to make better so that the next generation. So essentially, when you think about legacy, it's not even so much about you.
No.
It's about the people that benefit from the life that you're leading, the values you leave behind, the lasting nature of the foundation that you are building in the now.
And that's why I said the first three we talked about is really about you. That last one is about the people that are benefiting from you.
Exactly. Exactly. Anything else?
No.
All right.
That's all I got.
All right. So let us know. So marriage to us means, at the core, again, it means many other things. There's so much more that it means to us. But of course, because of the serious nature of it, we had to deal with just four most important ones that we feel like, this is something to be talked about. At the core, marriage is covenant to us. It means it's something we don't play with. It's not just a piece of paper. It's not a contract. Nope. It's none of that. It's something that lasts forever. Whether you like it or not, it is blood covenants. You stuck, bro. You stuck. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
You stuck.
It's one of those things. And then we said marriage means
Oneness.
unity, togetherness. There's no idea of separatism. There's no two
It's
visions.
not you, me, it's us.
It's us. That language of usness is very, very alive
important
in this relationship. And then we said marriage is ministry. That's important to us.
Serving each other.
Exactly.
Pouring into each other.
Sacrificing
for each other.
Selflessness towards each other.
Yeah.
That's very important to us. And then we said marriage is legacy. It's about what you're leaving behind for the betterment of somebody else.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. We hope you have learned a lot on this series. To be honest, and we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you.
Please comment.
With comments down below. Help us to push the algorithm and get these videos out there to the word for people that are going to be blessed by the things that we teach and talk about.
Yep.
I hope we've shared a tip or two to help solidify your kingdom union, not only with the person of self, but also with others, and most importantly, with God on today.
Yes. Don't forget to like, share with your friends and family, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below.
And until next time, be the light,
be the salt,
and remember, all things are possible if you believe. Love you with the love of God. See you on the next one.